Coming up in this episode,
we encounter a lightning storm and it all went mad.
we watch the rain and eat crackers.
Let's get some horrible crackers.
And we celebrate reaching halfway. And today represent, look.
It's halfway, we've got over halfway. We've got less than halfway.
We're right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. We're halfway to Martinique. Good morning everyone, it is 10:30. Today marks 1 week at sea, 7 days. Looks like we've probably got another 2 weeks, and maybe a day or two, all depends on the weather really. But we're going to check the mileage at midday today, and I should imagine it'll be a record so far. We've been cruising along nicely for the last 24 hours. Good afternoon everyone, it is the 20th of January 2022, just gone midday. Temperature's the same as yesterday, 26 degrees. The wind is pretty much the same, 5 to 15 knots northeast. In the last 24 hours we've done 114 nautical miles. The west, average speed of 4.75 knots, which is better. Total distance 555.3 nautical miles. And the distance to go to the Caribbean is 1,561 nautical miles. The wind has eased right off this morning. We've been blessed with good wind for the last 48 hours. The prediction is still 5 to 15 knots, but yeah, we've got about 5 knots. So we had to get the main down because it was crashing. The Genoa wasn't doing anything, so we got the spinnaker up to try and make some progress with that, but it's left behind quite a sloppy, confused sea, so it's a bit rocky on board and things are banging and crashing around a bit, so it's a little bit challenging today, but that's all part of sailing, I suppose. Waiting for the wind to kick back in again. Once it gets over our allocated strength, which is about 12-13 knots for the spinnaker, we'll get it down and get the Genoa back up. But if it's not enough for the Genoa, we'll put up our smaller loafer spinnaker thing. Just saying, this travelling at sea is just like nothing else on the planet, is there?
No, for 3 weeks.
3 weeks at sea. I mean, it's just, I can't get the words out. It's undescribable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it?
We got another 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks left, I think.
2 weeks left.
Each day just, where does the days go?
Don't know. Fly by, don't they?
Fly by, yeah. It's been a week already. It's just the constant, you're just constantly living on a small boat, travelling continuously across an ocean. It's just mind-boggling, isn't it?
It is mind-boggling, yeah.
God.
Old way of living.
Yeah. If only other people can experience this. You know, it's just a different world out here, isn't it? It really is a different world. Incredible.
What's happening? We just had a increase in knotages of
Yeah.
about 8 knots. So we've got 18 knots.
18 knots.
And we've got a fully reefed main.
Starting to full main, not reef.
And we've got a squall coming.
Rain.
Rain.
We were just doing 7 knots through the water. You could hear it. It's from that.
There should be quite a lot of rain because of the wind.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to rain.
What happens if it gets really windy and you can see rain on the horizon, you know, and it gets really windy and you know there's quite a lot of rain in that squall because the rain pushes the wind ahead of it. And that's why it gets really windy before it really lashes down.
Yeah, 19 knots. Shifting now, ain't we?
Yes!
Just done 7.9 knots.
Yes!
Let's put a reef in the main.
Yeah. We're just having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
We've got this squall coming and we're just enjoying the speed for the bit. As I've been frustrated since we left due to lack of wind.
Yeah.
Now suddenly we've got some wind.
I
It's
know.
lovely.
Tons of wind.
It's fantastic.
That's what this boat can do, isn't it?
Yeah.
20 knots downwind.
We fly.
Absolutely flies.
We've been slow, but you know, she's a fast boat. She just needs wind.
Yeah.
Get cold.
Anyway, we've got all this rain coming behind us. It's probably coming from that, most of it. So we're going to put a reef in the main now and then do the dishes.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning and we got a thunderstorm, thunder and lightning storm. The wind is increasing to 25 knots. And there's lots of lightning around and it's tipping down with rain. Just a bit nervous at the moment. Yeah, not the best. Thunder and lightning storm. What do you want to do? Do you want to get the main down?
Let it wind up for now. Yeah, we get it down until it works. 26 knots.
26.
North. The boat turned itself around
Yeah, it did.
because the wind dropped off. And then it all went mad.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't get any worse. Don't know if I can record any lightning. It's too dark to record. The storm is just over there, it's a few miles away, I think. No, the GoPro won't pick it up. Oh, it did then.
Good morning everyone. After last night's shenanigans with thunderstorms, today as predicted from our weather guys, we're in a wind hole. We've got about 3 to 5 knots of wind coming from astern. We've got the main down because it was slamming. Got the spinnaker cut up which is barely flying. Just debating whether to motor our way 30 miles west into the wind area again. Because we're in a very thin slither of no wind zone. There's a slight breeze picking up from the south. So I just put the mainsail up and the genoa. Not doing much at the minute, but I'm hoping it's going to fill in a little, get through this hole. What I have made is a water catching device for next time we have some thundery showers. I'll show you. last night I was underneath this boom, 3 o'clock in the morning, with a pan under here, because water pours down the sail into here and comes out here. It literally pours out there like a tap. I was under there with a pan, collected 3 litres of water in a couple of minutes. So I made this bit, it's a plastic container onto there, little pipe going from there into a I think about 12.5 litre water bag. So next time we have a torrential rain, it'll collect in here, fill this bag up, and then we can replace that with another bag or put that in our main tank.
So we are halfway across, or nearly halfway across the great Atlantic Ocean, and we just like to give a shout out to one of our patrons, Stephen Bradley. He's been following us on his virtual simulator, the Sail Away simulator, and he has followed every single leg we've done since we left the UK, Pembroke in the UK, all the way down to the Canaries, Cape Verde, and now he is sailing across the great Atlantic Ocean with us. It's been really fantastic to chat to him and see what his experience is like compared to our own experience, and it's remarkably similar really. And it's been great to chat to him through Garmin and on the messages, and yeah, it's just been really fun. Now, just thanks very much, really appreciate it. So the time is 5 to 8. It's 10 days we've been at sea. We'll be approaching the middle in about 160 miles. As you've seen from the earlier on in the video this morning, we had no wind at all. Again, becalmed. But throughout the day, the wind has been slowly picking up, and it's picking up nice now. We got the spin naked up and doing 3.5 knots. So we got 1,200 miles, nautical miles to go to Martinique. So if we get good trades, we should do it in 11 or 12 days. Oh, it seems so incredibly long. We've been out here 10 days. Yeah, it's almost like we're living out at sea. It's crazy how vast the ocean is. I've said this before, but you just don't experience anything like this unless you come out and do it yourself, I suppose. It's just crazy how much water there is on this planet, and this is only one ocean. It's not even the biggest ocean. It's crazy. So it's day 12 already, and the sailing today is fantastic. We've got 8 to 10 knots on a coming this way, as you can see by Neppy, from stern quarter, and we're doing 5 knots speed over ground. We've got the full main up, and we got the little lightweight spinnaker, which is doing fantastic, giving us really good boost of speed. It's a good morale day because we caught 2 little small tuna this morning, and we're gonna have them for lunch. And we've passed the halfway mark. We're about 3 miles past the halfway, so we're right in the middle of the Atlantic, and we're closing in finally on the Caribbean, even though it's over 1,000 miles away. But we are over halfway, and we're gonna have a little celebration later. What are we doing, Ed?
I have no idea. Making pancakes. Made a pancake mix from scratch for our halfway across the Atlantic celebrations.
Okay.
So I'm attempting to make pancakes. It's a bit lumpy, so I'm going to whisk, but here we go.
Looks delicious.
If we can get like 2 each, should be happy. Put some jam on there, butter.
Yeah.
So what does today represent, Luke?
It's halfway. We've got over halfway. Got less than halfway.
We're right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. We're halfway to Martinique. And to
Incredible.
celebrate the occasion, this wonderful occasion, excuse me, we made some pancakes today. 4 delicious pancakes there. We're going to have for a treat for tonight.
Yeah.
Plus, we've gone all out with this and we've made some halfway hats. How do I look? Halfway hat.
Halfway.
This is how much time we've got on our hands when we're on passage to make a hat and pancakes. Yeah, so this is our special occasion and we're going to enjoy these pancakes. It's downhill to Martinique from here on out. Absolutely brilliant, loving it. What do you think of the passage so far? Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, good. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I'm doing an Adam.
That's me. Tiny bit of the juicy pancake.
So that's
Lovely. Worth all the wait. I can't believe we are right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. There's 1,000 miles to our east and 1,000 miles to our west, and more to the north and more to the south. We are in the middle of nowhere. We haven't seen another vessel or anyone for how long?
8 days.
8 days. There's nothing. We haven't seen anyone. We couldn't get any more further away from people.
We are some of the most isolated people on the planet right now.
It's damn true. Damn true. It's a good morale boost. As you know, we've been plagued by light winds and things. It's been a mental battle, and yesterday I was feeling a little bit low. Just a bit fed up of it all. But the wind's picking up and we're halfway and it's all the way home now. It just feels good. Just watching the water collecting device work.
Yeah.
Looking cheap.
Hopefully it's not too salty because it hasn't had a rinse off in a while.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just standing here eating absolutely disgusting, horrible crackers.
The cheap version of the British
Oh.
ones.
I bought them in Spain and they're just not like, they were advertised as cream crackers, but they're not creamy enough.
Yeah, flaky and dry.
Going down now, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh my god. That's good timing. See that the sea is really built up already. Just a tiny little increase in wind and the sea builds up so quick. But then it takes double, triple or quadruple time to come back down again.
Little update on our rain catcher. We got a quarter of a bag. These are about 10-litre bags. We just filled one of these completely to the top after 10 minutes of rain. It overflowed, was coming out of there. So we got 10 litres and about another 3 in there, and it's still running off. It just runs down the main, down there, and collects into there. It's fantastic. If we had like rain for a couple of hours during the afternoon, we'd fill our tanks that quickly and that easily. There's more rain coming, so be careful with the Jenny up. Don't want to get another squall. Probably gonna get another squall. Just gonna fill our water tanks, top them up again. We've got taking all our bags of water, just sucking them in there. It's a bit challenging because it's quite rough. Not that rough, a bit rocky. This is the 4th water bag going in. That should be about 50 litres, 48 litres. Water has never been so precious. Let's check the Here's our water bag down here. Yeah, over 3/4 full. Very happy with that. So what's the situation with the water then, Luke? Are we gonna parch to death?
No. Then we've got a nice rain catching solution. It looks like we're gonna have a squall. That's why I put the thing up. Anyway, back to the water. We filled the tank. We used 5 plastic bags, which is between 10 and 15 litres per plastic bag. So it's not much. You only use about maximum of 7.5 litres a day. So we use about 5 to 6 litres a day just drinking. Cooking, we use half seawater and half fresh, depends on what the project is.
Yeah.
We've got about, I think we can refill the bag. Going on too much now, aren't I?
No, go on, explain it.
We can refill the bag at least 1.5 or 2 times more. So we've got another 26 days of water.
We've been keeping a tally on our water, which is a sensible thing to do. Each day, running down the list, and each line means a litre. So instead of just going nuts on our water, we've been keeping a careful, close eye on it, and we've been doing really well with it. The hotter the day, the more we drink.
Well, the less wind it is. And the less wind it is, we're just like sweltering, so we're
drinking loads of water.
But we're not making ourselves thirsty, we're drinking enough to feel very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
But
it's just...
And the rain has helped us out with cups of tea.
I know, amazing. Good afternoon everyone, it is the 27th of January 2022. It's just gone midday. Wind today is northeasterly, going east. We're experiencing 8 to 12 knots, should be roughly the same all day. In the last 24 hours we've done 112.3 nautical miles, which is getting better. 4.6 knots average speed, which is pretty darn good. That's the same average speed as on the 22nd. We've done a total of 1,295 nautical miles and we only have 836 nautical miles to go. So if the wind keeps up, roughly 8 days, possibly 7.5 days, we'll be in Martinique.
Let's have a look at your injury then, how it's developed. Look at that. That was from a spinnaker rope, wasn't it, on deck?
Yeah.
That could have wrapped around your leg and pulled you in.
It was at night.
Serious, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is serious stuff.
It was pitch black, the wind picked up. I went forward, Luke dropped the halyard for the spinnaker.
Dropped on the floor and went asleep.
And it wrapped itself around my leg. It inflated again somehow. It wrapped itself around my leg and it pulled me on deck a little bit and gave me bad rope burn. It's lucky I had my harness on and I was attached to the boat. If that would have wrapped itself around my leg properly, I could have been overboard. It would have been bad. So that's a good reason why you should always wear your harness at night.
We've got a little task today. We're just going to check our standing rigging, which we do every few days. Just show you how we do it. Go on in, Ed.
Well,
obviously we can't go up the mast.
No, we've been at the mast in Cape Verde. It's just a visual check to make sure the split pins are still in there. That should be a little bit bent over. You don't want to lose. There you go, a split pin.
Just checking for cracks, splits.
Just checking the shroud, checking
the wires and stuff.
Split pin's good in there. There's only one pin on that side. Just a visual check really. This.
That's it, it's done.
Yeah,
looks good.
Let's do all this rigging for this.
And then go on to the next one. It's just a visual check, because all we can do, we can't go up the mast or anything. Just feeling it all and making sure there's nothing gonna fail, fail badly.
There's no cracks in here or anything.
No.
All the pins are in.
Good.
Loads of thread left on there. Pin, pin, pin. Just a bit of dirt on there.
So another job is to check ropes and things like that for chafe. Just checking the end of the spinnaker pole, make sure it's nice and loose, not too tight, not breaking anything. Visual look at the end there to have a look at the ropes to make sure they're all quite nice and tight, not too tight, and there's no chafing going along. Because we've had basically the same sail setup for 14 days, and we've got another 8 days, so over time things can wear. And we're just checking all different ropes and stuff, and
lines, not ropes.
Adam's gonna check the rotor reefing. He's got a special hex tool there. He's just gonna check the nuts and bolts, all the hex bolts are tight and they don't fall out or anything falls in the water, otherwise it'd be quite screwed. So he's just checking everything. It's been greased, it got greased in Cape Verde, didn't it?
Yeah.
So we did grease it. Checking it.
Main thing to check is under here. We've got a stop block under there.
Nice and loud.
If that comes out, the stop block comes out, you won't be able to furl your jenny. So this is what happened when we picked up our boat. We didn't check this, stop block came out, we couldn't furl the jenny, we had to lower the whole thing. It was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah, windy. It was. It was really windy, yeah.
There's a nut there, and make sure that's tight. Hold it all together. There's only a couple of bolts on here. Yeah, tight. That's all that holds it together.
Yeah, and there's just a couple of split pins down there.
One there. There's one under here, holding that furler on. That's tight. That's good.
That's basically it, really. We know everything else is good on the boat for now, but it's just the best to check, visually check. That's all we can do, you know, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So just checking things out. So I'm in bed, as you can probably see. I don't know if you can see my face. I'm trying this red light out. I'm in bed. I feel a bit nervous tonight because Adam's on watch, by the way. We're not just both going to bed. Feel a bit nervous tonight because the wind is picking up. We've got 12 knots from astern at the moment, and we've got a full set of sails at the moment, so might have to reef during the night. So we're doing 6.3 knots, quite fast. We don't want to overburden the boat. But yeah, it's nice to have a bit of decent trade winds. It's lovely. Yeah, so we'll see you all in the morning. Good night.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, sharing and giving us a like. It really helps us out.
And a massive thank you to all our amazing patrons for supporting us.